Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so Aries, let's jump on in, shall we? Let's see where this one takes us. Aries, thank you guys for being amazing. Thank you for your time and patience. I've been a little bit bogged down last week in this, and probably I'll have a weird upload schedule over the next probably 2 weeks. I've just got a very, very busy summer ahead of me. Karma. Ooh. So, the way I think of karma is when we do something, it has a reaction, right? The reputation that we build is based off of our own behavior. Well, somebody's got some oodles of great karma. Also, to have these owls show up so many times out of two totally different decks, this is really beautifully spiritual. This is really, there's a ton of protection. There's a ton of change. There's a ton of I want to say it's a reward, but it's a reward where it's like the ancestors or our intuition, our guides, we've really listened to them. And so that's partly why we're moving into this much better time. This is looking so beautiful, so happy, so successful. This is really very nice to see this. We got a 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. We're not taking everybody with us as we move forward, though. In fact, it's quite the reverse. Also, we've got a buck here, and as I'm recording this tonight, this should be the night of the buck moon, so the full moon in July. It's kind of like tonight is the 12th, but it's technically, I think you see it more prominently on the 13th. So kind of the wee hours of the night. But and I think it's also a super moon tonight. So we've got maybe a change happening. We could be seeing somebody as not very mature after all. And I say that because the reason this moon is called the buck moon is because it's a time of the season where the deer's antlers, the bucks, should be pretty mature. This is in the reverse. This could be like we've listened to our intuition. We've said, you know what? I'm going to leave immature things out of my future. I'm going to leave those things in the past. Maybe it's us. Hey, once upon a time, I was immature in one area of my life or another. Hey, we all are, right? And for everything that we learn, we're still babies when it comes to other pieces of knowledge, right? And all that means, it doesn't mean that immature becomes one of those words that always have such negative connotations. But if we think of fruit being immature, it just means it's not ripe yet. It means it hasn't fully formed yet. It means it still needs some time to grow, but that doesn't mean that the fruit is bad, right? So I don't want to put this in any negative connotation, but we are seeing that something that we are moving beyond something that was immature. Maybe it was a situation in our life that felt like, this is immature of me to be tangled up with this. We got a 5 of Swords, and we have a baby fawn showing up on it. I take that back. That's not a baby fawn. There's antlers on this fella too, but they're little antlers, but it's not a fawn. Sorry, I saw the speckles first, and I always think of spawns as having the dappled color tone. This 5 of Swords, this is wow, the thing that was immature was maybe if I feel like I have to defend my position on stuff, or if someone is super defensive, I don't know that I can deal with that. So the 6 of Wands in the reverse, we have a lead character right now they've accrued a lot of really good karma because they chose not to engage in immature conversation and battles, because nobody wins when we're just wasting our time and energy. That wonderful quote by Einstein that says, strong people forgive, weak people seek revenge, but intelligent people ignore. I feel like that's what this is. 10 of Swords, yeah. Let it be done. I'm letting something be over. And this was probably something where there was always this tit for tat, a conversation that was always back and forth. Someone who was, we have a cityscape here. This could be, cities tend to have a lot of noise in them, right? And here all these trees have been chopped down. It's almost like all the good stuff got swallowed up in all of the noise of our arguments. And so I don't really have a lot of good memories or emotions of my time with this person, especially with that Six of Wands in the reverse. I don't want to do any more of this. I don't want to devote any more of my thoughts. Somebody might have previously, like, these are like marsupials, so like nighttime creatures, nocturnal creatures, but I don't want to waste any more of my nights not getting good sleep because I was thinking about, like, how do we patch stuff up? If somebody was super defensive, it's almost impossible to patch stuff up. And so why don't we just let this be over, right? This is it's interesting because somebody sees another individual as like the bird's mouth that you can never feed them enough, right? We've got kind of like a like a baby behemoth over here of this bird in its nest. It's like 7 times chubbier than the parent, and it's over here, squalling because it wants more. So it's like we dealt with somebody who was vexatious. I'm going to use that word right now to describe them, because it's like, well, this person wants to keep having dialogue. This is a person who, like, they like arguing. That's all there is to it. They like the conflict. They like the drama. They're not looking for resolution and solution. They just are going to find the next thing to squawk about, and they're not going to drop it. Well, we're dropping it. This could be something where, how there's, that saying, there's always one, when people roll their eyes and go, oh my gosh, it's like you could be presenting, say, I feel like somebody, the image in my mind right now is somebody's in like a meeting at work, and like they're announcing, like, oh, we're going to do this wonderful new thing. Everybody's going to get like a longer break, and we're creating a new break room, and there's, going to be this and there's going to be that. And it's like, it's really giving and it's really nice, right? And then there's always that one person in the room who wants to totally find a reason why it isn't good enough, or they'll wreck it for everybody else in the room. They'll be like, well, when sometimes people are to an extent where it's like the minutia of stuff is just so tedious that it really gets in the way of really great things. That's what I feel like. And I think that this is one of those kinds of examples where it's like, this is the one person in a room where they really just always want to be the center of attention. They always want to be heard. They always want to say what they want to say and like create conflict and drama. And I don't know why they want to do that, but that's just who they are. It's because it brings attention to them, and then you engage with them. And I think that that's the thing. Somebody is deciding, I'm not going to engage anymore. Wow, I'm going to have the strength to just say, it's a pity that we couldn't find common ground. But at this point, the armadillo is going into protective mode. Four of Cups is here because it's like, this was actually hurtful for somebody. This was a situation where I'm going to have some strength to actually just let this one go. And it could take a lot of personal strength not to respond. That's what I feel like this is, because someone is goading me, wanting me to respond. This is one of those great storylines where it's like, it's easy to get reactive, and it's so much better not to. And it's so hard not to, have a snappy comeback, or, don't need to react. It's kind of one of those things, like, doesn't matter. It's better to really truly walk away from that type of engagement and interaction. And it does take a lot of strength, because it's so, frustrating, and it's so wrong for people to say things like that. But it is always still better to be smart about it, and even, take a smart action to protect yourself from that kind of thing. So that's the kind of stuff that I feel like this comes up in this story for a reason. Like, our lead character, they really have accrued great karma because they were tested, and they were able to stay strong and say, nope, I'm not going to react. Nope, I'm not. This person they've been pushing my buttons, and I'm just going to protect myself from it. It's too bad that this is the way it had to go. But the universe and the guides were all like, don't worry. Karma, their reactions, their behavior will settle the score elsewhere, but it's not our job to dish that out. They will they will be the ones in trouble for what their own behavior is, and you will be rewarded for staying calm even in the face of something that was really stressful. So I really like seeing that our lead character is getting something so beautiful, some kind of protection, some kind of Two of Swords, they know it too. Our lead character, it's almost immediate reaction of something positive coming in for them. Their life is about to get a heck of a lot better, and it's happening almost immediately. You know, keeping ourselves in a high standing. Wow, Ace of Pentacles. We could have new money coming in, something better. We got the World in the reverse, and then we got the Ace of Cups in the reverse. I have to say, we may suddenly have some huge promotion. We may suddenly, like, these are the guides now bringing in that brand new amazing opportunity. So there was a moment where somebody was like, oh my gosh, how do I handle this conflict with this person? You know what? I handle it by not reacting the way they want me to, which is they keep pushing buttons. No, I won't be pushed. I'm in charge of my reaction. This person, they have their own problems, right? So I'm not going to contribute to the drama that they desire to create. I won't do that. And the universe, the guides are like, yes, well done. This is bringing in some brand new offer. This could be somebody conducts themselves really well in a very stressful environment in their job or something, and they are singled out as like, you are freaking amazing. Like, we're not just giving you a raise. We're not just giving you a new title. You're getting the corner office, and, can you open another location for us? Because that's the kind of leadership we need. Like, this is a major turning point in somebody's life. And it's so interesting because it's a major turning point. It's a new beginning, but it isn't one that it actually builds right upon the life that we already had. It's just that the life that we already had gets way, way, way better. Now, is there an Ace of Cups in the reverse? Is there still a little piece of dissatisfaction in here? There is. So there was some kind of, I almost feel like this could be one of those complex storylines where one area of our life doesn't go so well. The universe grants you something beautiful in another area. It may have been that we had to let go of a love relationship, but the universe is gifting us some other. This could be like, we find the house of our dreams and it's the right price and we're able to move, or we're able to stay and buy the home that we wanted to buy, or we're gifted some opportunity to, all of a sudden we're offered a chance to move, and our job's going to pay all of it, and we still get to work in the industry that we like. But it's something is usually this looks like tangible, wonderful things that happen, even though in the emotional realm we still have a deficit. So is everything completely perfect? No, but the universe is balancing things, and that's what the Wheel of Fortune represents. One thing comes in that's really great while something else exits. Doesn't mean that it's easy. Ace of Wands, though. But we do know that this was, we're able to now put distance between us and all the noise, even though, like, this is going to be something that we reflect back on and realize, I see very clearly I made the right choice. And it's like, okay, universe, you gave me something that I had to overcome, and I did do it, and I learned from it. And it is still something that I may think back to. I'm not going to let this go. This is the cobwebs of my mind. I hold on to that lesson because I had a choice to make. And I was real tempted to say something snappy, but it was my self-control that allowed me to not do it. Now I realize how valuable that choice was. So anytime I'm faced with problems in the future of, well, I should stand up and advocate for myself, or should I just say, no, this is not a battle. I actually want to diffuse things. I want to show that I'm above the battle. I don't want to get triggered by people who want to trigger me. I want to simply move forward. And I feel like this is one of those things that this person will carry in the back of their mind for the rest of their lives, because our lead character is aware that this was a lesson that I aced, and I need to hold on to this lesson. It's going to serve me well as I move forward, because I want to accrue more and more good karma. So even if there's been some area of my life that I'm not particularly thrilled with right now, say matters of the heart, this lesson, in a weird way, because I don't feel like this was necessarily something that I'm not sure what area of life this lesson was in. Maybe it was in romance, but maybe not. But it's like, this is going to serve me well down the road in other situations. This lesson will serve me well in matters of the heart, as well as business matters. You know, the way I had to rise above a difficult set of circumstances instead of, you know, let myself get triggered and react. That is going to be a lesson that will serve me so well. And so I know that I went through this for a reason. And I know I chose right because I just got a reward for the choice that I made. And I diffused the situation. I walked away from a difficult set of circumstances. I'm going to remember this as I move forward in life. This is going to be something I come back to. I think it's really positive that someone has realized, you know, it's not my place. I don't need to try to, if somebody does me dirty, I don't need to act with any retribution. That's not what my place is in anything. My place is to do my best. I have control over my reactions and what kind of karma I will accrue. And that means as long as I hold myself to a high standard, I'll keep accruing good karma for me. So I really like this story because it's really about rising above it, not sinking down or stooping down to someone else's level. Whatever the wrong was, it's okay, because something good is coming back into my life because I chose the high road. And whatever's going to happen with that other person, that isn't mine to deal with. That's, you know, their own reputation will be the thing that shapes whatever happens. So anyway, I'm going to leave that one there. As always, these are just fictional stories about fictional characters. Just bear that in mind. Have fun with them. Let me know what you thought of the characters. You know, I wish I was a psychic, but I'm not. I can't tell you anything real about your life. So just as you watch my channel, if you enjoy this, keep that in mind, in that context, and then you can have a lot more fun with these stories, you know, knowing that it's not personal, it's not directed at you or anyone out there. It's just, you know, it's just entertainment. So you guys, thanks for being here. Thank you so much for liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Bye.